We start in India, where few things are as contentious as its cattle industry. Now, earlier this year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi suspended the trade of buffaloes, camels and cows for slaughter. But the Supreme Court has put that ban on hold. That decision could have a major impact on India's surprisingly valuable meat and leather industry. Now, India is the world's fourth largest producer of beef, behind Brazil, the EU and China. The country is also the biggest exporter of beef. Last year, it shipped 500,000 tons worth $4.5 billion to 65 countries. Now, also last year, and for the first time in its history, India earned more from the export of buffalo meat than it did from basmati rice. More than 4 million people work in India's leather industry and produce around 1 billion pairs of leather shoes each year. So, Ishan Russell is a journalist in New Delhi and joins us now live. Ishan, thank you ever so much for joining us on Money Talks. Let's start with the government's response to the Supreme Court ruling. What has the government said so far?
Well, Azhar, thank you. Good evening to you too. The first thing that the government said in court, it said it would come back with new rules in August. The government had tweaked the cattle trade rules around under the Environment Ministry and under Environment Protection and sort of the rules to protect animals. So that is why this ban was quite wide, was rather a sweeping ban, and therefore had impacted a lot of people, 4 million jobs, as you said, in the leather industry, a $4 billion meat export business, a beef export business, so to say, the buffalo export business. So what is the government expected to do now? So it's supposed to come back with rules in August. And as far as the ban go, it might exclude buffalo because it's not considered sacred meat over here. So the trade, as far as exports go, that shouldn't be impacted that much, as already the slaughter of cows and calves was already illegal in India. But at the micro level, the small traders, the small leather tanneries, the workers who make shoes in little shops, all those people have been affected because their entire supply chain had been disrupted. So the big business might survive, might even push its way through in terms of, getting things done their way, but the little ones do often have to suffer.
Right. And Ishan, what do you think were Modi's motives for the ban in the first place? Were they based on social prerogatives, or were there some commercial interests involved as well?
Well, as far as the commercial interests go, Azhar, the government has really not been very clear as to the reasons behind the ban. It's more or less often touted as religious reasons, social reasons behind the ban, saying that the cow is a sacred animal for Hindus over here, and therefore it should not be slaughtered. And anyhow, it was already embargoed under law in India. So, and in fact, Prime Minister Modi, in his big election campaign in 2014 that he made for the Prime Minister, he'd already talked about a pink revolution in a very negative sense of India becoming one of the big.
We are going to have to leave it there. We are running out of time, but thank you so much.